Wardrobe for the Bass Tour Anglers podcast provided by Koppel Outfitters. Go have an adventure. Visit them online at www.koppeloutfitters.com and on social media at Koppel Outfitters. Jim, I remember far enough back. I remember that in 1997 you won a Forest Wood Open, and it paid you $200,000. And then the next year you came back and you finished second in that event, and it paid you $100,000. And
Right.
when you look at tournament payouts today, nothing's really changed. How do we account for this?
Well, okay, let's put those tournaments into perspective. Yeah, I mean the entry. Okay, let's take that 1997 Forest Wood Open. Now, let's not confuse it with what's called the Forest Wood Cup.
Right,
The Forest Wood
right.
Cup, it was always the championship. The Forest Wood Open at that time was the name they put on one tournament where they'd elevate everything. They'd elevate the payout, but they'd also elevate the entry fee. So in that 1997 Forest Wood Open, it was just a regular qualifier tournament. It's just they decided to elevate the payouts and the entry fees. So the entry fee in that 1997 Forest Wood Open was $2,500, and the potential win was $200,000. And second was 100, third was 50, fourth was probably like 35, third was like 30, and even 10th place was still like 20,000. But here's the difference between then and now. See, once you got out of that top 10, back then they radically started reducing the payouts per spot. So for example, 25th place back in that 1997 tournament probably paid just a few thousand, whereas now they are paying $10,000 down quite a ways. So it's hard to completely compare what they're doing. So in other words, they stack the money towards the top back in that 1997 tournament.
Yeah,
as compared to now, they've kind of pulled it out of that top tier and spread it down farther. So, but still, I'd much rather risk $2,500 than $5,800 per tournament, considering what we're getting back. That's
kind of my point. Yes, I know they're paying down $10,000 to 50th place, but in your video, you outlined, without even covering all the costs, and it still costs you like $8,500 to fish one event. You win $10,000 in one event. You made a little bit of money, but
that's right. Yeah, that's what it turned out to be. You got the per tournament, you got the 5,800, then you got another, I don't know, minimum of 1,000 in truck gas for me, minimum.
Yeah.
Well, now you're up to 6,800, and then throw in a couple hundred for gas, you're up to 7,000. License is maybe $50, but then you got your lodging. So really, you're not making a whole lot after. You get your 10,000. You finish 50th place. That's the last $10,000 check, and you're clearing 1,500 to 2,000. And that's not, and again, those numbers were not including depreciation on equipment,
right?
Insurance, and all those hidden, I won't say they're hidden costs, but the costs that aren't directly, right there at the tournament.